I think we're going to leave this conference on a very, very good note. My name is David Heiber. I'm part of the Washington, D.C. cohort. Thank you. I have a very special honor today to introduce a very, very special guest and a very, very special person. Outside of probably what you've seen on your flash drive, it does not begin, his bio does not begin to tell the story that he has and his commitment that he has every single day with our students and this work that we've been doing. He's been doing it for many years, although he will tell you today that he is 40 years old. He's been doing it much longer. It's amazing, some time ago, when I was 28 years old, not that many years ago, but some time ago, I had an opportunity to ask a very, very stupid question. Dr. Rabowski was speaking to all the new administrators in Baltimore City. And being young and naive and in my militant stage, I asked him a very, very silly question. And he laughed and he looked at me and he answered very honestly and with authenticity. But more importantly, he was very, very kind. And after he was able to answer some other questions, he pulled me aside. And this is about 5-6 years ago. And he spoke to me very honestly about the issues affecting education. And from that time, some 5-6 years ago, he has become a mentor in many respects, a friend in other respects, and a surrogate father. See, in 1993, I lost my grandfather who had raised me through a heart attack while Christmas shopping. And then 6 weeks later, my grandmother who had raised me was diagnosed with lung cancer and brain tumors. I subsequently got kicked out of 5 high schools. And after some time matriculating in some places I probably had no business being in, and spending 27 months in prison, I was lucky enough to get my sentence changed from 8 years to 27 months, and I began the quest going to Lincoln University, then Temple for my master's, and finally Morgan State University for my doctorate. So as we talk about what education means in this race to as we talk about education, and as we talk about race to the top, and we talk about what it's supposed to do. Many people speak about education, many people write about education, but Dr. Freeman Rabowski lives education. The testament, the ultimate testament that I believe is what I send my children to his school, or when I send my children to an elementary school, when I send my children to a middle school or high school based upon the leadership and based upon the principals and the teachers. And when you have an opportunity, and when all of you visit Baltimore, come back here to the DC area, I encourage you to visit UMBC. You will never find a finer place with more polite people. I often tell this story that I go up there and play basketball. And as intense as it gets on the basketball court, I remember one particular time them wanting a team that we were playing winning. And so they beat us, and of course my team wanted a rematch, and they said, no, this is Friday night and we have to go study. And that is the precedent, and that's the culture that has been established at UMBC. So as we listen to his remarks, as we take in his words and we listen to his advice, I encourage you to go back stronger and more committed than ever to the work that we are doing, because clearly, despite the gains that we have made, there is much work that still needs to be done. One of the things that I took notice when we first came in here on Wednesday is that despite having President Obama in office, and despite having opportunities that we may not have had in the past, we are, as particularly black and brown males, still underrepresented in higher education in K-12. Look around the room, see how few of us are in here, and it speaks volumes to the work that still needs to be done. So you can read his many, many accomplishments. You can read the fact that he marched with MLK. You can read the many and the litany of honorary degrees that he has. But more important than any degree that he has received and any accomplishment that you may read is his unwavering commitment to children and education. Please give a round of applause for Dr. Rabowski.
I'm very impressed. Thank you, David.